let's tell people how we met each other, baby. We met each other the typical
Through social media,
millennial way.
obviously. The new day and ages.
Millennial way,
And
huh?
it's crazy because I never wanted to meet somebody on social media. Like, not that I wasn't, or that I haven't, met people through social media, but it wasn't like how I felt like I was gonna find the love of my life.
Right.
I was not on any dating sites. I wasn't into like the Tinder, Bumble, and all that stuff.
Yeah, me
And
either.
I'm not knocking anybody who was. It just wasn't for me at the time.
How did you expect to meet the person that you were going to be with?
Honestly, I was, and he knows this about me. I live in a fairy tale land when it comes to love, and I admit it. I'm like, if it's not a fairy tale, I don't want it. So I was always like, I want to just bump into this man in the grocery store, and I drop my apples, and he picks them up, and we look into each other's eyes, and it was like love at first sight kind of thing. Like, I always wanted, like, I don't know, something like that. I wanted something that was just spontaneous, something that wasn't planned. I didn't even want to like go on a date and fall in love with somebody. I wanted it to just happen so naturally. So it was definitely new for me, and I think that was what was good for us because we developed a friendship before we were looking for
Yeah.
it being the love of my life type situation
Yeah.
because we weren't looking for love in each other actually at all.
Nope.
We kind of just clicked really well, and yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel that you thought meeting was gonna go for us?
I don't know. I guess I didn't have like a expectation of it as much as you're saying you did, baby. But I just didn't think it would happen that way because I was like one of them. Ironically, I'm one of the type of people that I don't really answer many DMs. Like from my personal people that I know in my life, I don't answer DMs. So one day she slid in my DMs, and she don't like to admit that, but we went back and we did the
He
history.
followed me first.
I
First of
followed
all,
her, but she was already following me.
yeah, I was.
Because I was doing my social media influencer stuff, and she was already following me. And that because I was doing that stuff, it made me a little more wary of going in my DMs and answering DMs and stuff like that. But she has supported for a while, maybe a month or so, and I seen her comment. And I was like, man, that her profile picture looked pretty. So I clicked on her page. And I was like, okay, just a regular woman on Instagram. Like I'm a follower just so I could see, like some pictures and stuff. I was being thirsty, and
Okay.
yeah, I liked a couple pictures of hers. And then what really impressed me about her was she had her own business, which is her fitness business. So I went and followed the fitness pages. I wanted to see her in tight shorts and her working out and stuff like that. So I went and followed her fitness page, and I was gonna support it because I was like I'm gonna buy something from her website and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Um, and not even for her to interact with me, just because I was genuinely gonna support her.
Yeah.
You
He
know,
supports small businesses all the time. So when he clicked in and followed my fitness page, that is what made me DM him because I was like, oh, he follows me personally. That's one thing. Because I was like, oh, I follow him too. We were kind of like that's
I always
regular.
say she was waiting to DM me. That's how I felt. I
So
was like, she just used that. That was her excuse, but I felt like she
so
was waiting.
once he followed my fitness page, I was like I was like, oh, that's like it really did make my day because that's a big thing for me. I'm like, you're supporting not just me being a girl, but you're supporting my fitness page. And at that point, I was
She
very
capping because I feel like anybody could have supported your fitness page, but because I supported it and she had already been following me, she like, let me slide in his DMs and say hi and say thank you.
I did find him attractive. I'm not gonna lie. I did find him attractive, and he was like, but it wasn't like I didn't imagine myself being with him or even look for us
No,
to
yeah,
even probably. At this point, I was living on the other side of the country,
yep,
and he was in California, and I'm originally from California, so I was like, if I'm ever in Cali, like
yeah.
we'll link up or something, but. It wasn't anything like that. So I slid in his DMs. Yes, I did. Not on no thirsty stuff, but I was just like, thank you so
Yeah, she
much.
wasn't thirsty.
I was like, thank you so much for following like my fitness page. Like that means a lot to me.
Yeah,
Like for you, that's when he basically said like, yeah, like I'll buy some stuff. Like if you got, whatever.
yeah.
And we kind of like,
Because at this point, there's no intentions like that because you don't know. We're not little kids. We're young, but we're not kids. So we don't know what this person is like. We don't have no intentions of anything. It's just being social. You're just
yeah,
being social at that point. And yeah, I think that nobody expected, neither one of us expected it to go as far as it's gone. It
no,
just kind of happened. But yeah, that is our first interaction with each other. It was through social media. So I think that was great. And then when we started speaking to each other, like you said, she was on the other side of the country at the time, but we both come from a similar area, which was ironic when we met each other.
yeah. He was from like literally probably like what we're probably like
10
15,
minutes,
yeah,
15 minutes away.
10, 15 minutes away. Like we both grew up in those areas, and we're both like known for being in those areas. So you know, that's kind of how we were like, we kind of bonded over that as well. It was like, oh, you're from this place? Well, I'm from this place. Like, oh, really? That's like crazy. We probably could have crossed each other's paths multiple times back in the day and didn't even like
Never
realize it.
Yep.
So, that was really interesting. So we kind of went back and forth a little bit on that, and it was we kind of even like the conversation died down. It was after like, well, if you ever make it to Cali, like, hit me. And I was like, yeah, you know, if you ever come out to New York or whatever, like, hit me up, like, and then we kind of just like, you know, had social media interactions. And I remember like he said he doesn't check his DMs much, so he was like, I think
I gave her
a
my
while
number.
went back before we like communicated. So he was like, hey, like if you want a quicker response, like just text me. So and it was like history after that. We text literally every single day after that.
No, we text. Let's be for real. We text for what, about maybe a week, and then it was like, let's just start calling each other.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we
text for a week because we DM for like a month, and then it died down. And then we were like, let's text each other. We text for like a week, and it was like, man, I want to talk to you because the conversation was getting so good through text messages. You know, you start texting paragraphs, you know, and it just felt godsend. Like, I just want to hear your voice and talk to you, you know?
Yeah, so we started having conversations.